Hi, I'm Barbara Cassidy, and I want to share with you my story about how Young Living oils have made such a difference in our home. I am a mom of growing identical twin girls, and I am a Grammy to two beautiful, beautiful babies. My passion is helping others have a life of health and wellness free of chemicals. I give God the glory daily and thank Him for bringing the essential oils into our home. I just feel it's God's provision for us, and I also feel it's the missing link to modern medicine today. My journey before essential oils was a long and hard one. I know it was God's plan. I know He wanted me to go through all those hills and those valleys for a reason. So I'm thankful for those times. They were hard times, but I'm still very thankful for them. Being a private person, I normally don't talk very much about my personal life other than on a one-to-one basis, and if you know me pretty well. However, I'm just so passionate about how these oils have changed our lives that I've got to speak up. I've got to start sharing my story. I want to share my story because there are so many, I know others out there like myself that are searching for help and answers in their wellness, both physically and emotionally. Well, for many, many years, I suffered with extreme migraines. Not the migraines that put you down for like a day or half a day. Mine were super debilitating. I would minimum have a migraine for 3 days. The average was probably 5 days. I would get them every 3 to 6 weeks. They were so severe that many, many times my husband would take me to the ER and they would inject me with, I can't think of the name of the drug now, but what it would do is it would put me out for the duration of the migraine. Essentially, they were putting me into a coma. I couldn't eat, I couldn't drink, I couldn't open my eyes. Even if I just rolled over, I would get violently, violently ill. Well, the pharmaceuticals, they were actually flatlining me. You know, all I could get from doctor after doctor was a new prescription, or they would change up the prescription. Those prescriptions always included a barbiturate. I would ask them, can we do something to maybe determine why I'm getting these, or to find out more details about them? And now all they would do was write me a new script. Well, let's try this one this time. And I tell you what, they played really, really hard on my health. And oh my gosh, did it play with my emotions. One weekend, I guess it was 5, 6 years ago, we had a nephew that was getting married in Chicago. Well, the night before our flight, I said to my husband, I can't believe this, but yeah, I'm coming down with a migraine. And he said, well, whatever you do, take the big stuff. And I said, yeah, I'm going to go take it because we really needed to attend this wedding. So, y'all, the next morning, I get up with my husband's assistance. We get to the airport. We go through security. We board the plane. We land in Chicago. We get our rental car, we check into the hotel, we meet with his brothers, and it was late, very late into the day. He said that I looked at him and I had a really funny expression on my face, and I said, where are we and how did we get here? Well, there is a little bit of a funny to that story because he tells it now, and I guess I was a mess. And when we were on the airplane, the stewardess kept asking him, "Are you sure she's okay? Are you sure she's okay?" He's, "Yes, she's fine. She's just sleeping. She'll be fine." But he was concerned that when we landed in Chicago, we may be met by somebody that possibly had been told that, they may have thought he was drugging me and maybe taking me somewhere against my will, but thankfully that didn't happen. But anyway, that particular day, I had a huge God moment. And it was late that night, and we were just sitting in our hotel room. And, I don't communicate well when I have a migraine. And all of a sudden, I had this huge God moment. And it's not like this wave of emotion comes over me. When I get them, it's like a bolt of lightning almost goes right down the center of my body, and it's like, "Oh, hello, Lord." I know you're here. And anyway, he spoke very clearly to me that day. So the wheels were put in motion, and I began to move forward, and a search was on. It was on. I was looking for an alternate to the medicine and to begin to try to figure out what was causing these migraines. I wanted to share those particular details with you because I think it's a very important piece of the puzzle as to why the essential oils have played such a huge, huge life-changing role for me. I knew there was a better way to live, and the doctors just plain flat out were not helping me. I know I just had to find another way. Well, when the oils shortly after that were introduced to me, I jumped in full force, feet first. Every oil I had in my hands on my countertop, I was using frequently. I was using them every day from morning to night. I would anoint myself with them. And at that time, I wasn't concerned what oil I was using. I wasn't concerned what oil that oil was to be used for. I didn't pay attention to where the oil should be placed. I just began fully anointing myself. When you're in that kind of a position where you're desperate for your health, trust me, you'll do just about anything. Well, moving on, I was born without the sense of smell. I've never smelled anything in my life, but God gave me an extreme sensitivity to feel, to take its place. It's not the feel like, the touch type feel, but it's a feel within my body. It tells me, and I respond to make up for not smelling. I don't have the smell interference. Most people, when they smell the oils, it goes up their olfactory and it travels from there. I don't have that. Instead, for example, like if I hold frankincense under my nose, I get this most amazing sensation. It just fills my entire skull area. It's amazing. I wish y'all could feel that. I understand most people don't, but it's just the most amazing feeling. Another one would be an example of like heliocrimson. If I place that onto the back of my neck, I can actually feel like fingers as that going through my body as that oil works its way down and through it. But anyway, let's get back to my migraines. After using the oils like I was using them, light bulb moment came on, and it was revealed that my biggest cause of the migraines was I have a high sensitivity to chemicals. The doctors, they were loading me with chemicals, and truthfully, I know my surroundings were highly toxic. But without going into, extreme details to stay compliant, the use of the oils has almost completely resolved that whole realm of what my issues were. They have given me my life back. Because the oils are plant-based, their properties and constituents work really, really well with my highly sensitive feel. So there's no chemicals in them, that's huge. Okay, so if anybody out there is listening to this and you are not using Young Living essential oils, I beg you, please do not go purchase imitation oils. Don't buy the cheap oils. Know what you are purchasing. The cheap oils, they're just loaded with chemicals, y'all. So please pay attention. For myself, I can guarantee you that they have the chemicals in them. All you have to do is either put one on me topically or run it under my nose, and I can tell you, I can come right out and tell you if it's got something in them. But anyway, I'm sorry I deviated there, but I felt I needed to state that. So anyway, the health and wellness rather of our family, it's such a huge impact that I just feel I have to share that. Others need to experience how they can change their world, because they work. That is the bottom line. They just work. They really are God's example, an example of God's provision for us. He didn't create us to be sick. He created our bodies to heal itself. And by using this plant-based oil, we're just helping it along by how He wanted it to be. I have watched my grandbabies with the oils. They're very free with them. Of course, we pay attention, to which ones they can actually have access to, but they're very free with the oils. They use them, and it's amazing to watch their wellness beyond belief. The joy these little bottles of oils in our life it's just been beyond belief. I want others to experience these oils beyond their belief. We all need to share our unique and individual stories. There are so many people out there that they will be so important to, and it will make such a huge difference in their lives also. I will be eternally grateful to Young Living. Okay, I'm going to get emotional again. I'm thankful for the oils, the wellness it has given our family, and the abundance that we receive from sharing them. Young Living rocks. So my prayer for you is that you have hope and a life of abundance, wellness, and purpose. Blessings to you all.